This story does not have a name because it's a true story and it's really not appropriate for young children. So I don't recommend it being watched by little kids. Phillip Yancey writes in his book, Rumors of Another World, about a God sighting in South Africa. Nelson Mandela taught the world a lesson in grace when, after emerging from prison after 27 years and being elected president of South Africa, he asked his jailer to join him on the inauguration platform. He then appointed Archbishop Desmond Tutu to head an official government panel with a daunting name, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Mandela sought to diffuse the natural pattern of revenge that he had seen in so many countries where one oppressed race or tribe took control from another. For the next 2.5 years, South Africans listened to reports of atrocities coming out of the TRC hearings. The rules were simple. If a white policeman or army officer voluntarily faced his accusers, confessed his crime, and fully acknowledged his guilt, he could not be tried and punished for that crime. Hardliners grumbled about the obvious injustice of letting criminals go free, but Mandela insisted that the country needed healing even more than it needed justice. At one hearing, a policeman named Vanderbroek recounted an incident when he and other officers shot an 18-year-old boy and burned the body, turning it on the fire like a piece of barbecue meat in order to destroy the evidence. 8 years later, Vanderbroek returned to the same house and seized the boy's father. The wife was forced to watch as policemen bound her husband on a wood pile, poured gasoline over his body, and ignited it. The courtroom grew hushed as the elderly woman who had first lost her son and then her husband was given a chance to respond. "What do you want from Mr. Vanderbroek?" the judge asked. She said she wanted Vanderbroek to go to the place where they had burned her husband's body and gather up the dust so she could give him a decent burial. His head down, the policeman nodded in agreement. Then she added a further request. "Mr. Vanderbroek took all my family away from me, and I still have a lot of love to give. Twice a month, I would like for him to come to the ghetto and spend a day with me so I can be a mother to him. And I would like Mr. Vanderbroek to know that he is forgiven by God and that I forgive him too. I would like to embrace him now so he can know my forgiveness is real." Spontaneously, some in the courtroom began singing Amazing Grace as the elderly woman made her way to the witness stand. But Vanderbroek did not hear the hymn. He had fainted, overwhelmed. This is a kind of grace that's hard to humanly imagine. It's a kind of grace that's astounding to witness. It's a kind of grace that only can come from the God of grace, the God who is the source of all true grace.